Is your culture science? Can you defeat the prostitute of Babylon? Now, in Africa, polygamy is the law. Homosexuality is against the law. So if your culture, black man, is not polygamy, then you won't understand why when you want that political status that they talk about at the reparation conference that's super advanced, it's biased. Why do you not take advantage of the 13th and 14th Amendment and other races do? Why don't you take advantage of civil rights and other races do? Because a lot of you people still have this mindset that a monogamous relationship or this Sodom and Gomorrah thinking of yours is going to suffice, and it's just not. Because I'm going to speak to the church right now. When you read Revelations and they say we have broken the seventh seal, we're going to talk about climate change and Dr. Sabi, who was the Laodicea that the Amen, which is the Amen Ra priesthood, was talking about. It's Archippus. He is the one, Chip is the one that controls the ministry. This is a very super advanced concept. So I want you to listen very clear. And in Laodicea, the ministry Chip was over was the nymphos. Because phallic worship and fertility rites was what the pharaohs were entrusted with to do agriculture and commerce, keeping the Nile River fertile. That's why it's a desert today, because when the Hyksos invaded Egypt, who are Semitic people, who were the Leviticus 13 lepers, who were living in caves and needed to be quarantined, and their nature turned against itself and they became gay, and they were upset because we were smoking marijuana and having sex with their women. That's why now in doing eugenics, it shows that in the Treaty of Kadush. Then you have the Patrick Mahomes babies, right? Oh, there's wars and rumors of wars and lightning and earthquakes and all. They're talking about climate change. But you don't understand the theory of relativity, photosynthesis and harnessing the power of the sun, or the out of Africa theory. Because when you go against what nature has designed for you, and you're worshiping some woman talking about she's God, you are worshiping the prostitute of Babylon. And she's having a field day with y'all out there. The only person who could defeat her in the language of law, you language of scripture people, was pimping the Egyptian, who the Amun-Ra priesthood knew to not get caught up in a harem conspiracy the way Ramses did. Now, what are the herbs that for the healing of the nations? Dr. Saber already taught you. Remember, the Ice Age was destroyed. The dinosaurs, all you reptile alien people, by Greys. Not just that royal family that you think about, the Greys during the time of the Magna Carta, King John Grey, Edward Grey, Henry Grey. The Greys were the black people. I'm a Grey. I know this. In real life. Not on some spooky stuff. No, that was my original name. Why do you think the royal family don't have a last name now? Because they can't hold that title. Stop. The reparation efforts will be stifled, just like civil rights and the Civil War, 13th and 14th Amendment, if you don't understand this concept. All right? Chip can defeat that prostitute of Babylon. Because that's your culture. He knows your science. Prophecy to the nation. Sing a song about it. You know? Harmonize like Patah. Man, listen. If you want to figure out how to pay for reparations, you got two options. The national debt, like I told you during the time Civil War, the only time it was at zero. Or the $600 billion climate change on Agenda 21, item 33. Adjusted for inflation, it's over $1 trillion. Now, this is my last time coming to y'all. I'm the only one that actually went on file in court 10 years ago to meet the requirements, you hear me, to have their political status. Like I said, some people would have to be written into legislation for. Some people were already living it. Some people, you hear me, it might be available to you immediately if you understand these concepts and put it in context. Queer 14, etc. Love, peace, and her Greeks, man. I'm out.